Clark. Uh-oh. Buckled Clark's knees.
As Caitlin Clark endures an injury-riddled season, Sabrina Ionescu details how she's tried to help the Fever star. The 2025 WNBA season has not been kind to Caitlin Clark. The Indiana Fever's franchise rookie, drafted with sky-high expectations and followed by a wave of fanfare, has been beset by a series of injuries that have both tested her resilience and forced her into a rapid, unforgiving maturation process. For many, the road from NCAA superstardom to the professional ranks is bumpy. For Clark, the road has been downright punishing. But through the pain, setbacks, and doubt, one veteran has extended a steadying hand, Sabrina Ionescu. In a league built on grit, perseverance, and sisterhood, the story of Ionescu and Clark is not just one of a mentor and a mentee. It is one of mutual respect, shared experience, and unwavering support. A season of challenges when the Indiana Fever selected Caitlin Clark with the #1 pick. First overall pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, the franchise and its fans believed they were on the verge of a renaissance. Clark arrived in the league with a resume as dazzling as her three-point range, NCAA all-time leading scorer, two-time Naismith Player of the Year, and a cultural icon whose games regularly drew millions of viewers. But just a few weeks into the season, reality hit hard. Clark sustained a minor ankle sprain in May, followed by a lingering hamstring issue in early June. By mid-July, she was nursing a sore wrist and was placed on a game-to-game evaluation. What had started as a promising campaign soon turned into a frustrating series of abbreviated appearances, missed games, and inconsistent minutes. In the midst of physical rehab and media scrutiny, Clark found herself in unfamiliar territory, not the dominant player she was at Iowa, but a struggling rookie in a ruthless league. Enter Sabrina Ionescu. Sabrina Ionescu knows what it's like to carry the weight of expectation. Drafted #1 overall by the New York Liberty in 2020, Ionescu's pro debut was also marred by injuries. A high ankle sprain in just her third game sidelined her for the remainder of her rookie season. She endured pain, isolation, and disappointment, all while trying to live up to the future of the league billing. That shared experience drew her to Clark. "I saw myself in Caitlin," Ionescu told the Players Tribune. "All that hype, the cameras, the interviews, the pressure, and then the injury. It's like watching your own story in reverse. So I reached out." According to Ionescu, their communication began via text and evolved into late-night FaceTime calls, voice notes, and in-person conversations when their teams crossed paths. While fans focused on stats and highlight reels, the real work was happening behind the scenes, one player helping another navigate the emotional toll of physical setbacks. Lessons from the trenches. One of the first things Ionescu told Clark: "You're allowed to feel frustrated." It sounds simple, but for athletes like Clark, who are conditioned to push through adversity and maintain a tough exterior, allowing space for emotional honesty is a powerful act. "She told me it's okay to not be okay," Clark admitted in a press conference. "When I was down about missing games or not playing like myself, she reminded me that this is part of the process." Ionescu also emphasized the importance of patience, a virtue often missing in a sport built on speed. "There's this rush to prove yourself," Ionescu said, "especially as a rookie, but healing takes time. Getting used to the WNBA pace, the defense, the travel schedule, it's a lot. And then add injury recovery to that? It's brutal. So I told Caitlin to give herself grace." That advice resonated deeply. Clark began journaling her thoughts, a practice Ionescu swears by, and incorporated meditation and visualization into her routine. Slowly, her mindset shifted from, "Why is this happening to me?" to, "How can I grow from this?" Navigating the noise. Perhaps the hardest part of Clark's rookie season hasn't been the injuries themselves, but the scrutiny surrounding them. With millions of fans and critics analyzing her every move, social media has been relentless. Every missed shot, every game absence, every slump is dissected in real time. Clark's name trends on Twitter more for what she hasn't done than what she has. "It's overwhelming," Clark admitted. "You want to tune it out? But it's everywhere." Again, Ionescu offered guidance. "She told me to focus on the people who matter, the ones in the locker room, the coaches, the ones who know what's really going on," Clark said. "It's easy to get caught up in opinions, but they don't know the full story." To help her block out the noise, Ionescu encouraged Clark to limit screen time and assign a close friend or family member to filter important social media messages. She needs to protect her mental space, Ionescu said. The outside world doesn't see the ice baths, the training sessions, the sleepless nights. But we do. The power of vulnerability. What makes this bond so powerful is its vulnerability. Ionescu never approached Clark from a place of superiority. Instead, she offered humility and empathy. "I'm not here to tell her what to do," Ionescu explained. "I'm here to say, I've been there. It sucks, but you'll get through it." In an industry where athletes often feel pressure to appear invincible, Ionescu's transparency is refreshing. She speaks openly about her own struggles with confidence, physical pain, and burnout. And that honesty makes her support all the more impactful. "It made me feel less alone," Clark said. "Like maybe this is just part of the journey, not the end of the road." A relationship beyond the court. Their connection goes beyond basketball. The two share a love for dogs, coffee, and competitive card games. When the Liberty and Fever played in June, they spent time together off the court, laughing, reflecting, and sharing advice that had nothing to do with jump shots or box scores. "We're both super competitive, but we also know how to step back and laugh," Ionescu said. "That's important in this league. If you don't find joy somewhere, it'll eat you alive." The bigger picture. What Ionescu is doing for Clark is part of a larger unspoken tradition in the WNBA, veterans lifting up the next generation. Sue Bird mentored Diana Taurasi. Taurasi mentored Skylar Diggins-Smith. Now it's Ionescu's turn, and she's embracing it. "This league is hard enough," she said. "We don't need to make it harder on each other. If I can make someone's path a little smoother, I will." For Clark, that support has made all the difference. "I don't know if I'd be getting through this season without her," she said, "knowing that someone like Sabrina, who's been where I am, who's thriving now, has my back. That means the world." Glimpses of the future. Though her season has been marred by setbacks, Clark has shown flashes of brilliance. A 21-point outing against Phoenix, a clutch assist against Dallas, moments that remind fans why she was the number one pick. "She's got it," Ionescu said. "It's just going to take time." The Fever continue to monitor Clark's health cautiously, opting for long-term preservation over short-term gain. And Clark is learning to embrace that strategy, another lesson instilled by her mentor. "I want to be great for a long time," she said, "not just right now." A message to the next generation. When asked what she hopes young players take from her relationship with Clark, Ionescu didn't hesitate. "Support each other," she said. "Don't wait until someone's at their lowest. Reach out now. Be kind. Be honest. And don't be afraid to say, 'I've been there.' That's how we grow." In a world that often pits women against each other, this friendship is a reminder that power doesn't come from standing alone. It comes from lifting someone else up. Final thoughts. The 2025 season may not go down as the fairy tale rookie year Caitlin Clark imagined, but in many ways, it may prove to be far more transformative. She is learning to fight through pain, silence doubt, embrace vulnerability, and accept help. And standing beside her, not as a savior but as a sister in the game, is Sabrina Ionescu. Together, they represent not just the future of the WNBA, but its heart. Let me know if you'd like this as a video script, thumbnail idea, or want social media captions to go with it.